A military doctor who has deserted from the Russian army says she was forced to be a commander's field wife, had to rate crippled men as fit, saw undesirable soldiers being shot by their officers, and others being sold for slaughter for their commander's profit. A female military doctor serving in the 19th Tank Regiment recorded a video about what she saw and experienced since joining the unit in June 2023. There are around 40,000 women in the Russian armed forces, mostly in medical roles. After signing a contract, she says she ended up after training in Totskoye-Orenburg region, under the regiment commander Evgeny Borisovich Ladnov, to the very commander who is called the Butcher Commander, the Killer Commander. To become an officer, she was told she had to become the field wife of the commander. Field wives are a World War II Russian army custom that has been revived in the Ukraine war, often as a form of sexual abuse of female soldiers. The woman served with the 19th Tank Regiment's medical unit. She was told that she had to rate as fit injured soldiers who could no longer fight due to health reasons. I had to sit in the medical unit and write fit to those who couldn't fight because he simply does not have an arm, leg, prosthetic eye, and so on. That is, I had to send my guys to the slaughter, just give them a one-way ticket. Conscripts serving with the unit were forced to sign a contract to become professional soldiers by force, and they were sent on board, and they took away their phones. In my presence, 3 guys were sent like that. Unfortunately, no one else saw them. Soldiers who had been drinking were punished by being sent on assault missions. Being assigned to stormtrooper units is a common punishment for disciplinary infractions and frequently leads to death or serious injury, as their life expectancy is not high. She says that those punished this way included women, one of whom worked with the doctor. Female stormtroopers have occasionally been seen trying to assault Ukrainian positions. It's possible they were sent there as a punishment. The doctor says that her commanders were running money-making scams with the dead and wounded, leaving the latter to die on the battlefield. I saw documents in the office of callsign Tobol, the chief of staff, about, God forgive me, how much each serviceman costs. That is, the guys were simply sold, like football players were sold, simply for slaughter. They were live goods for good fat money for the command. The guys who were listed as killed were transferred to the list of missing in action so as not to pay money to their relatives. The money from their salaries was distributed among the commander's henchmen. In addition to this, they did not take the wounded from the battlefield. They rotted and died there, in order not to pay compensation for the wounds. Again, for the wounded guys, they listed them as missing in action. And the money was distributed between the commander, between Ladnov and, again, his henchmen. She says that the commander simply disposed of unwanted servicemen. They filmed accounts, threw grenades in the dugout. The regiment commander shot them with his own hands. His henchmen shot them. Ladnov was reportedly killed by a Ukrainian drone in November 2024. The doctor says that it is good that he is in hell. The devils are probably roasting him well. However, she says that his successor is just as bad, explaining why she felt she had to desert. She is currently on the wanted list due to her desertion, but says she won't go back. If they will return me to the unit, I will find a Kalashnikov and a neighbor and put a bullet between my eyes. Ukrainian forces struck a Russian FPV drone operator position in temporarily occupied Kherson region, destroying both a dugout and a house used by the operators. Targeting Russian FPV drone operators is critically important for Ukraine's battlefield success. These operators control one of the most dangerous threats facing Ukrainian troops: fast, precise, and inexpensive drones that can disable vehicles or eliminate soldiers with pinpoint accuracy. Unlike the drones themselves, the operators are a limited and valuable asset. Taking them out not only disrupts drone strikes, but also degrades Russia's ability to adapt and respond in real time. Each lost operator sets back months of training and weakens coordination across the front. By focusing on these high-value individuals, Ukraine can slow Russia's drone momentum, protect its own forces, and buy critical time to strengthen air defenses and countermeasures. Putin does not want a ceasefire. He is afraid of direct negotiations with me, says Zelensky. I am ready to meet with Putin. We have not discussed or worked out other formats yet. Zelensky said when asked whether the Ukrainian side plans to meet with someone else if, for example, Putin sends advisors instead of himself. If Putin flies to Istanbul, not Ankara, President Erdogan and I will also arrive there, added Zelensky. The president said he was doing this to prevent the Russian side from manipulating the meeting locations. Zelensky also stressed that he would meet with Erdogan in Ankara on May 15th. He also suggested that Trump join the meeting, saying it would have more influence on Putin. We will do everything to make this meeting happen. If Putin is ready to meet not only in the media, but also in real life. If there is no meeting with Putin, there will be no result either. Everything has already gone far enough. More statements by Zelensky. An unconditional ceasefire cannot be ensured by anyone from the Russian Federation, except Putin. If the Russian dictator does not come to the talks, it will be the final point that he is not ready to end the war. Then US and European leaders should implement their promises on sanctions. Sanctions against Russia may be imposed in mid-May or at the end of the month. It depends on when the meeting of European countries will take place. I would like the package to be at least at the same level as the current proposal in Congress from Lindsey Graham regarding sanctions on energy and the banking system. There is a strong package there. Ukraine and the US did not discuss freezing arms supplies in the event of a 30-day ceasefire. A 30-day ceasefire will not be enough for anyone to fully recover. It is more about de-escalation and the opportunity to open a dialogue. China asked Ukraine to ensure security in Moscow on May 9th. There were no attacks on their parade. President Zelensky told how many strikes Russia carried out on Ukraine during the ceasefire it declared on May 9th. Russia has once again given a signal in the media space without any bilateral track with us, simply in the media space, that they are ready for a ceasefire. Over these days, Russia has carried out 115 airstrikes on Ukraine, dropped 197 KABs, carried out 12,100 shellings, 187 of which were from MLRS. It also hit our civilian infrastructure with 7,303 kamikaze drones. This was a ceasefire on its part, Zelensky said at a briefing. Zelensky, if Trump had joined the meeting in Turkey, it would have given additional impetus to Putin to fly there. We have invited President Trump to join. I don't know the decision of the US president, but in any case, if he had confirmed his participation, I think it would have given additional impetus to Putin to fly in, the president said at a briefing. No one but me can negotiate on the sovereignty of Ukraine. No one but me can conduct relevant negotiations with the leader of Russia and other countries. These are my rights and obligations. I did not forbid myself anything, concluded Zelensky.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.